Lauren and Keith, I am standing right where that police chase ended. You can see right here where the suspect's car hit the telephone pole. In May, there was a record number of people who fell victim to these real estate scams. So pay attention to how they do this so that you or someone you know does not become a victim. And you can see this is a very active scene behind me. We have HPD, we have crime scene units that have come here, but I want you to focus up on the second floor. She and her family went 2 hours away to visit another relative, but by morning, they received a devastating phone call. We also flooded, my family and I, Memorial Day, Tax Day, and what you learn from all of this is that this is a marathon. It's not a race. It's just beginning. And so you have to take sort of each problem one step at a time as you see it and not kind of freak out about the whole thing, because the whole thing can be overwhelming. Yes, we did, Keith and Dominique, and then we retraced the path of those wild hogs. You can see here where they tore up the mulch, and over here you could see their hoof prints in the mud.
Leigh Frillici spoke with this new victim only on 2, Leigh.
Yes. Well, this victim is heartbroken, but unfortunately, he is not alone. The FBI says in May, there was a record number of people who fell victim to these real estate scams. So pay attention to how they do this so that you or someone you know does not become a victim.
Finally found one that I really liked.
This was the one. First-time home buyer Ryan Winters had found the home he wanted to buy in Humble. All he had to do was close on it. Then an email came in
saying that I needed to wire transfer the money into the escrow account, which was $28,600+.
The email had his title company's name and logo. It had the escrow officer's picture with her name. There was even wiring instructions that followed. So Ryan wired the money, only to hear from his realtor moments later.
She called me back and was like, it's fraud, run back into the bank, cancel, try to get it stopped.
With multiple emails that look like the real deal, Ryan says he had become a victim of what's called a spear phishing scam, where scammers can pose as, say, a home buyer's realtor or escrow officer and steal down payments.
It's just panic. I was probably stuttering on the phone.
Looking back now, Ryan realizes scammers spoofed emails to look like it came from his escrow officer. But check out what they did with the from line. It had her name on it, but
when you click on where it came from and you see the email address, that's not her real email address.
The final kick in the gut? An email from the scammers thanking Ryan for wiring the money. Now Ryan's down payment and his dream home may be out of reach.
It is heart-crushing. I mean, every day, it's the first thing I think of when I wake up in the morning.
That's a tough one. Ryan says he filed reports with the Harris County Sheriff's Office and with the FBI. And despite numerous calls to the bank where he wired that money, he said he could not get that account frozen, and he does not know if he's going to get his money back. We're live tonight. Leigh Frillici, KPRC, Channel 2 News. Dominique and Bill, we now know what authorities were searching for inside that home, and we have learned, it appears, the man who was shot was not the intended target of the investigation. Lene Schultz cannot believe her best friend, landscaper Mickey Coy of Pattison, is gone.
He is such a kind, generous, wonderful man.
Yesterday, Schultz says, Coy was shot and killed by a SWAT team member in Pattison as the team executed a search warrant. Records show investigators wanted to seize evidence connected to a child pornography investigation. Friends say if you knew Mickey, it did not make sense.
There is no way in heck that he would do that kind of stuff.
Today, Waller County Sheriff Glenn Smith tells us from what we have learned, it appears he was not the target of the search warrant. KPRC has obtained that search warrant and learned Coy was not named. Authorities wrote an IP address connected to the home was linked to communication with an undercover agent and involved the sharing of lewd pictures of underage children. A broken window, a sign of the forced entry yesterday at 5:30 in the morning by authorities. Investigators say Coy pointed his gun at a SWAT team member and that member opened fire, killing him. Another friend of Mickey's told us Coy's girlfriend told a different story.
All they heard was loud banging, 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 and then they, flew through the door, and Mickey was walking out of the bedroom he had a gun in his hand. And he said, call the police, call the police. she said, and then, like, he was shot.
Friends question why the operation turned deadly.
Come to find out, it was all about something on a computer, and why in the world they would need a SWAT team there and bust down a door.
He's gonna be missed so much.
Waller County Sheriff told us that we express our heartfelt sympathies to the family for this loss of life. We're live in Pattison tonight. Leigh Frillici, KPRC, Channel 2 News. Bill and Dominique, how many times have we seen someone in a parking lot waving cars right on in? Well, one man tells us just because someone has a flag does not mean they're the real deal. Game day Sunday. James, who asked us not to show his face, arrived with one ticket but left the parking lot with another.
If somebody doesn't fight and stand up to this, it's going to happen forever.
So he wants you to know about his parking fiasco so it doesn't happen to you. It started with a great spot near Minute Maid, a lot on Franklin. The man who waved him in looked legit.
And then he motioned me and 2 or 3 cars in front of me, park here, park here, park here.
He even got a receipt.
When I handed the fellow $20, he tore this off of a package of permits he was holding.
But when James came out, his car was booted. He had a ticket stuck to his window for $128 and change. Then he learned.
The gentleman who removes boots came out about 20 minutes later, told us that this kind of thing happens all the time.
Turns out, James said, the man he paid was not a parking lot attendant and his parking receipt was not legitimate.
It happened to at least
6 people?
Oh, at least 6 cars yesterday.
There was another clue, signs that read pay machine in corner of lot. But James figured the lot had more people on duty that day.
I've paid at numerous parking lots over the years down here where that same thing happens. They tell you where to park, they take your money, speeds up the time, and you go inside.
Next time, James says he's coming and leaving with the one ticket he counted on, his game ticket.
You don't trust the attendant just because he seems to be waving you and know what he's doing. I mean, if there are posted signs, pay attention to them. This won't happen to me again.
So James tells us he would like the parking lot company to ensure this doesn't happen to other people. He did speak with police, but the police said they couldn't do anything. He also called the company, but he hasn't heard back, and neither have we, by the way. We're live downtown. Leigh Frillici, KPRC, Channel 2 News. These unmarked cars with boats, a lot of them are volunteers that have come in from all over the country. We've heard of people from Virginia, Ohio. We saw people from Nebraska. Hi, we're glad you're safe. We're glad you're safe. Would you, how much water did you all have? How much water did you have?
It was like up to chest level.
Up to chest. Which apartment complex?
The Vizcaya.
The Vizcaya. And as much as 6 feet in Maid Creek. Wow. Oh my goodness. So up to 6 feet at Maid Creek. Someone else, the Vizcaya, we've been hearing a lot about that, said it was chest level. So the waters are rising rapidly. That's higher than what we heard earlier this morning when we spoke to you all. Really important for people to get out. But I was telling you earlier, so all of these boats over here that you might see lined up are people who have come in from all over the country and all over the state, Austin, Dallas, you name it. We talked to one man who bought a boat to come here to help rescue people. So the amount of volunteers and help here is just incredible to see. We walked down the road. There were people offering food and water to people coming in from these really tragic and troubling situations. A lot of stressed out people too. And I know everyone across Houston can identify with this, but I've been talking about the stress levels people have been feeling, haven't been able to sleep, worrying about this coming into their homes, and then it's here. We also talked to people who were saying, what do you grab? You know, they were grabbing their photos, important papers, anything they could think of to fit into a bag and leave their homes. So that's what's going on here. We have more people coming up off the boats. We'll keep you posted. But I'm Leigh Frillici. We're live at I-10 in Barker Cypress, KPRC, Channel 2 News. Back to you in the studio. Sarah, we certainly don't know what Joe Pappas was thinking, but we do know some of the things he was doing. We have been following a paper trail, part of which led us here to where he apparently placed some ads, and those ads are still running.
That was his main passion. Mowing his lawn every week. He never misses a day.
It's one of the things Joe Pappas was best known for, how meticulous he was when it came to his lawn. That eye for detail may also have carried over into what appears to be a plan to disappear. News that Joe Pappas stands accused of killing Dr. Mark Hausknecht has left his neighborhood on edge. Pappas has not been seen here for the last 48 to 72 hours.
I guess everybody would like to see it resolved one way or the other.
KPRC has uncovered documents that suggest Pappas may not have had plans to come back to his home in Westbury. Our search found Pappas did not pay this year's property taxes. They come up delinquent, with Pappas owing about $4,400. It also appears Pappas was trying to sell off some furniture. According to these listings we found tied to him on Green Sheet, a service for buying and selling items, he listed a bedroom furniture suite for $5,000. The ads come up with a phone number connected to Pappas. Green Sheet confirms the ads were placed on July 19th. That's one day before authorities say Pappas killed Dr. Hausknecht.
Yeah, it surprised me, yes. No, it was all planned, I guess.
Pappas is still on the loose. Dr. Hausknecht's family released a statement asking the public to stay vigilant, and if they have any information on Joe Pappas or if they have seen him, to call police. We're live in the Westbury neighborhood. Leigh Frillici, KPRC, Channel 2 News. And I got to tell you, I have a friend over here who has been teaching me a Selena dance move, Jacob and Sophia. All right, and my understanding is it's the washing machine. All right, you ready, guys? Here we go. Show me how this goes. Here we go.
Who knew? She should give you cups for free for that.
That's just moves. You guys, there's going to be a test when I get back. I want to see you do it too.
Oh, no.
Okay.